All right. See that? Still got a lot of hops and stuff floating around in it, and yeah, it's a dirty beer. Dirty beer. That's the Sierra Nevada Resilience IPA. So it's been on tap about a week now, maybe something like that. I didn't show it last week, but it's been a week. So anyway, hey, it's Wally. Hey guys, it's an odd looking white trash beard guy. So it's got a sweet kind of crystal smell to it. It's definitely got some like grapefruity type hoppy aroma to it. As I spill beer down my face, but it's nice and bitter. It's pretty good. It's an 8%er. Yeah, it finished. My final gravity was around 1010, so it's dried out, but it's still got a little sweetness to it that I'm not super fond of. But we'll talk about it more when we sit down. But tonight's Tuesday night, so tomorrow is Homebrew Wednesday. All right. Yeah, let's turn this around and do some stuff. So there's that cold crashing. Talk about that, and well, let's go. All right, so what do I have? I'd kind of do a small review. It's got a really nice bittering to it. It's got a nice nose to it. It's really an old school IPA. The 644. If you know what 644 is, you can pick it up in the background. It's got this stone fruit, but it's almost got like a toffee kind of caramelly kind of taste to it. Which that may be, very well may be the caramel 60. It's basically 2-row in caramel 60. I rounded up a little bit just to make it even weight instead of doing percentages, because it really wasn't that much. So yeah, it's good. It's an old school bitter IPA. It's not this floral fruity note kind of IPA like a lot of stuff I make nowadays, you know, with the big like stone fruits and passion fruits, but all the same, it's good. Yeah, it's just got this, I don't know what it's kind of got this sweetness to it a little bit, but it's not like cloyingly sweet, but I think it's got more crystalline than I'm used to, and I think that's what it is. I went Saturday, and I went and stopped at my local homebrew shop, which is also a brewing Paradise Brewing. That's them. So they've got this on tap, and I had theirs, and it tastes very similar. They used USO5, so there's a difference in that, but I think the profile's really close what I brewed compared to what they brewed. But still, I haven't had the original, so I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. No point of reference. It's my only point of reference as a local brewer that brewed it, which I don't even know if they know what the original tastes like. So that's that. So the beer I've got in there, the Two Hearted double IPA, Two Hearted inspired double IPA. So you guys seen the original gravity, which I think it was around 10, was it 80 or 1076, 1086, was it? It's only gotten down to about 1020, and that's the 1968. I can't get it. I turned the heat up, stirred it up. I couldn't get the gravity down any farther than that, so that's where we're at. Actually, you know, I've got 1085, 1084. So yeah, down to 1020. So it's still a pretty big beer. Is it sweet? No, it doesn't really taste that sweet. It's got a nice bitterness to it, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Smell, last gravity sample I took was pretty good. I really enjoyed the smell on it. If you guys know what Centennial It's got a lot of like grapefruity kind of dangness to it. So that's cold crashing. I'll get that kegged this weekend. I still need to get beers bottled. I need to get that barley wine bottled. But I will be taking the tap away from the barley wine and replacing the barley wine with the Two Hearted inspired double IPA. So yeah, besides that, excuse me, Saturday, while I was also at the homebrew shop, I went ahead and I picked up 14 pounds of Pilsner. 14 pounds of Pilsner. Oh, excuse me. So what I'm going to do, which I talked about this last week, I'm going to brew a raw IPA, right? Basically, it's going to be 14 pounds of Pilsner. I got 1 pound of copper malt. It'll give it just the slightest bit of orange flavor. I mean, orange flavored, slightest bit of coppery orange kind of color to it. It adds like a breadiness, kind of biscuity, kind of crackery kind of taste. And I'm going to put in 2 pounds of oats in that dude. And kind of explain thought process. 14 pounds of base, which is the Pilsner. A pound of copper. 2 pounds of flaked oats. So the oats are going to give me body, mouthfeel. Copper's going to give me like a biscuity kind of flavor to it. The Pilsner, you guys all know what Pilsner tastes like. That's going to keep I'm trying to keep the color on the really light side. Shouldn't be much. It's going to be, should be like a real faint orange, really faint orange. So that, and trying to get some body to it. It'll be hazy AF and fun. So then I'm going to go ahead and ferment that out with the Horndal Kvike. So I'll pitch that hot. It's going to be about 60 IBU. So process is this. I'm going to go ahead and mash as usual. Run off, and sparge as usual. But I'm only going to collect probably 7 gallons is all I'm going to collect. I usually collect close to 8. So I'll probably either collect, it'll be in between 6.5 and 7 gallons is what I'm going to collect. I'll run that up to right as it reaches 210 degrees, right as it just peaks at a boil. I don't even know if I'm going to get through hot break. And at that point, I'm going to kill the heat, dump in all the hops, and whirlpool for half an hour and just let the temperature ride. Wherever it's at, let it go. And that'll give me my IBUs. Then also, while I'm doing that temperature, I can sanitize my wort chiller. So I'll recirculate as I typically do. And at the end of the half an hour, I'll go ahead and turn the water on, cool it down to say, 90-ish, 80-ish, 85-ish. Transfer it into fermenter, pitch the Horndal, let it ride. See, day 2, day 3, I'll do the initial first dry hop, then I'll let it go. Then probably on day 5, day 7, probably do check the gravity, then do an additional dry hop. Then if I see the gravity's down, probably what it should be, I'll either let it go a couple days, check it again, then I'll cold crash it, then I'll probably end up kegging it. So I'm probably turnaround will probably be about 2 weeks for that beer. So that's the plan. This is what I did in Beersmith. So I plugged all my IBUs, my hops in there for just a 30-minute hop drop. So Beersmith is calculating as if I did an hour-long boil, but my hops didn't go in until the 30-minute mark. So that's where I'm getting my suggested IBUs. So it's going to be close. So I'm going to keep it 60-ish IBU. So I think the hops right now are going to be Simcoe. Let's see, what did I do? I got them written down. Simcoe, Idaho 7, and third one I can't remember. Anyway, it's going to be, it's got some old school stuff in there. So maybe Falconer's Flight, but I think I might save that and just do a big old school, another big old school kind of West IPA. So yeah, that's the process. Pretty much giving you all my ingredients. I'll probably mash it, probably 148. So it's going to have a lot of residual sugars because it's got 2 pounds of flaked oats in it. So it'll probably get down to like 10, 16, maybe. Hopefully, the horn dog will fucking eat through a lot of that. So yeah, I'll ferment it hot and check the temp. Do some biotransformation, and probably the dry house will be probably the same hop blend as what I dropped in the 30-minute whirlpool. So anyway, that's a lot of talking for not a whole lot of showing. And I've got some stuff that I'm gonna do during fermentation, and I'll talk about that during fermentation. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's all for me. So yeah, that's it. Nothing too super important. All right, I think I've covered it all, right? Maybe. All right, guys. That's it. All right, guys. Cheers.